We'll skip the introduction phase for now and I'll just talk on what I have in my mind right now. So, a couple of days ago, I think 2 days ago, I stumbled on something that I saw on Instagram and it just reminded me of something that I have actually gone through and something that I have been meaning to talk about. I've talked about it with people around me, but a broader set of people should know about this and probably would be blessed by it because it's something that I struggled with. So I moved into um, a couple of months back to start my internship, and it was a lot. There were series of events and series of things that happened that wasn't really palatable. It wasn't something that I had anticipated happening at any point in time, and it really shook me. But then I was stuck in between the place of moving and not moving. But that is a story for another day. Okay, so I moved here, and um, the home church where I attend is not close by. It is very very far. If I'm going to move all the way and get myself to church, it would be nothing less than an hour 30 minutes. Doing that every week was going to be a lot, and then the nature of my internship was not going to allow me to be able to do every weekend. It wasn't going to be giving me the opportunity to go to church every weekend or every weekday during the weekly services or during church services on Sunday. And I really struggled. I didn't like that way. It wasn't something that I wanted, and I was really beginning to feel sad. And generally, you know, I was just feeling like I was being starved spiritually. It wasn't something I had grown to love church, and so not being able to go to church and just be in the congregation, have fellowship, not just being in the building, but hearing the word and just being fed was something that I really struggled with. And I was just complaining about. So one of the days I just got fed up, and you know what? I told God, I was like, look, I know I prayed for this internship, I know I prayed for this job, but this job is not supposed to take me away from you. Simple as that. It's not supposed to take me and you know deprive me of the time that I need to actually be able to be in your presence. And it was just a lot. And I was just wondering, I was like, this isn't supposed to be happening. And I told him, I was like, please, I need you to fix it. Like, God, fix it. This is not normal. I don't want this to go on. I think the following week, something happened. I stumbled on a friend's post about, at the time, I didn't realize that it was bus routes. I just thought it was like a church, like different churches, um, but then like in different areas, but it was just one church. And then I saw that where I am had like a church there, and I was like, on Sunday, I'm going to church. And so I now called the person who I was supposed to, reach out to. But then it didn't work out that week. And so the following week, I now took my time and I realized that, oh, okay, it's actually bus routes and not that we have different churches in like different places. But that actually works for me. It actually works for me. So the following week, I called again. I was like going to church and I got dressed. I didn't care that I had to wake up like 2 hours earlier than usual to get ready just so I don't miss. And then I attended church, and my God, it was such a blessing. I was home away from home, and that just blessed me in ways I still have not recovered from. And it just shows you that your work, the fact that you have been praying for something for so long, that thing that you're praying for, when it finally comes, do not allow it to be a hindrance. Do not allow it to be a stumbling block in your relationship with God, because He is the same person that you're praying for this particular thing. And then it has finally come, and then you are now, giving reasons and excuses for now slowly detaching. And you will realize it in the early stages, it would just be like, oh, okay, you're just being diligent at your work, you're just doing the right thing, you don't have time. But then in the long run, you just realize that, bro, it's been 3 months and I have not been to church. That was it. For the first, I would call it, for the first 6 months, I can count, literally, I can count how many times I have been to church. And it's not that I didn't want to go to church. I had valid reasons. There were times that I was on duty. There were times that I was just going to be coming back from duty in the morning of on a Sunday morning, and it was just not working. But then I told God, after I felt like, oh, this cannot continue this way. I need you to fix it. This is not the vibe. And so the first Sunday that I was not initially going to be able to, I was even supposed to be on duty that Sunday, but then somebody else reached out and then was like, oh, she needs to do day off. She doesn't know if I can take her duty. Was it convenient? No, it wasn't, because that was the time I was supposed to be resting. But then initially I even told her no, I wasn't going to be able to do it, right? But when I came back, Holy Spirit was just like, he just brought to my remembrance that you can actually do this so that you can have your Sunday off. And then I just remembered, I was like, oh my God, you actually prayed and you asked for it to be fixed. And now a way has been made and you are now trying to, what are you doing? And so immediately I called her back and then we scheduled it. And it worked. Second Sunday I was off. The third Sunday I was like, I can't miss church. I had to look for somebody else to, cover my shift. And I just want to let you know that God actually hears you. He knows what you're going through. Like, He won't leave you. He's literally there every step of the way. And it's to remind you that that thing that you have been praying for, that prayer point, that, answered prayer that has finally come through, do not allow it to be a stumbling block. Do not allow it to hinder your relationship with God, because we can easily get carried away and become so overwhelmed in living in our answered prayer that we forget that He's actually the one who made a way for us. Anyways, this is just me ranting. Welcome to my corner of the internet. So if you're just meeting me, welcome to the Banner Girl space. My name is Vanessa. On here, we're going to be sharing about finance, faith, and growth in general. I hope you enjoyed this and see you in the next video. Bye. Peace.